Oh, they thought you was going to be a D writer. They thought you was going to be all on them. But baby, you don't need validation. You don't need validation, and here's why, okay? Hey, pretty much you don't need your validation because you put your own work in, okay? You put your own work in. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know the tower moments that you had. They don't know the sweat equity that you put in. They don't know the submission that you know, you had to submit to people who in turn utilize shit, or you willingly gave love to people who end up controlling you, okay? Who end up utilizing that power that you gave them against you for your harm, okay? And you went through that. It seems like you went through that at a young age. You know what I mean? All these people here seem to be like adolescent, either young adults or adolescents in these images here. But you don't need validation because you know what the reality of your situations are. Like only you know the reality. Only you know what you've been through. You know the ins and outs of your situation. You know what played a part in your demise or your wins. You know what I mean? You know how much work you've put in. You know you know how hard and how humble you are. And no one can tell you otherwise. You aren't in this energy of like seeking validation from other people because you aren't limited to what people think about you. You're not limited by that in one bit. With one bit, you're not limited at all by that. It's like when you don't mind being in that seat of giving and you don't mind. Really, you're an old soul. You've been sitting at the heels of the elders before you. It's like you maybe have grandmothers or grandfathers or older people around you who kind of made you feel comfortable with yourself, and they kind of put you on game and told you that you don't need people's validation. You don't need other people to complete you. Like you find completeness in yourself. You find completeness in your deeds and your endeavors. You don't need to go outside of that to find validation because you end up like this dude. You end up just like this, at the mercy of everybody's opinions, at the mercy of everybody's say-so, comments, texts, DMs, everything. You're at the mercy, okay? And that's not a way to live. That's not a way to live at all. Yeah. It's like when you allow yourself to be a captive of what other people think about you or what they say about you, it's like you're betraying yourself. That's like self-betrayal, okay? You're literally betraying yourself here, betraying your inner child at that. Because children, we all want, as children all wanted to be accepted or be, or be, liked by everybody. And as an adult, as you get older, you realize like, hey, everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to, agree with what you're saying. And you're a very confident person. You're super confident. So people you're not easily moved anyways by people, I mean, you know who you are. You're very sure of yourself. And it's no way that somebody can tell you otherwise. okay? There's no way anybody can tell you otherwise here about yourself, okay? Because you know how far you came. You know how far you came from, tower moments, from working endless hours, putting in that time, putting in that work. You know how you had to pour into yourself, how you had to regenerate yourself and rebuild yourself. So it's like you wasn't with me while I was shooting in the gym, so why should I care about your opinions or your validation or your acceptance of my lifestyle or me or what I do, And that's why you don't need people's validation, Bookie. It's because you're a confident, sure person who actually put in the work. So it's like your work speaks for itself. Your life's path speaks for itself. Your resume speaks for itself. Okay?